All right. So I'm the Kovic, and I'm here joined with 2838, and we're gonna be bringing you a speedrun of Black Mesa, never seen before in here, not on ESA, but we'll not talk about that. We'll have plenty of time to talk about many things later. So I say we go on with it with the
Yeah.
second chapter, anomalous materials. Press the button, and timer is on.
So a lot of the movement you're gonna be seeing in the game will be what's known as sliding, where you keep speed while you're on the ground and you strafe to get more speed. It's a pretty fun mechanic.
Morning, Mr. Freeman.
It's got a couple of advantages. First of all, it makes bunny hopping just casually a lot easier. Second, it's actually accelerating faster than normal B hops in this game. And third, lets you not only keep speed, but make more speed when you go up a slope, which is super useful in tight corridors, like here. The disadvantages are that it's kinda harder to control, and it only works up until about 500 units per second speed, and then you need to transition to regular B hops.
But the best advantage of it is like it's awesome to look at.
It just feels amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Freeman.
It's very powerful.
Yes, I hope you're all familiar with Black Mesa. It's of course the fan remake of or reimagining of Half-Life 1. And it came out originally in 2012 as a mod for Half-Life 2. It went commercial on Steam in 2015, and it came out officially as 1.0 in 2020 in March. But what we're running here is an older version slightly. Call it the 0.9 version, and it's basically the latest beta, which does include the Zen levels. And we use it for a couple of reasons. Mainly because we can do more skips here, because some of them were patched out.
Yeah, the biggest one would be unpausing. 1.0, it abuses the NPCs and the AI being really dumb, but in 1.0 they got better, and we can't really do unpausing that consistently anymore in 1.0. They also patched out a lot of skips, like Kovic said, from watching our runs.
Hi. What's up, Doc?
Okay, one more word about the category now, as you're gonna see. This is no void clip, so we can't do void clips, but we can do regular clips, and one of them is coming up right here. Just for some reason, the geometry around this desk is really wonky. We just walk into it, and we get stuck, and that means we can clip through the floor, skipping a conversation with Kleiner.
Nice of you to finally join us, Doctor.
I still don't know why it happens. Might be because the
Oh, there you
table is a really
Everybody's
weird
been looking for you,
prop.
hombre.
But yeah,
Ah, here he is.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit.
So that's all the gameplay for the next 4 minutes.
Yes.
The start of this run is kind of slow, but it ramps up really fast. I think it's gonna get amazing.
Seen yet.
And potentially the most unstable.
No, as long as we follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that.
I'm just gonna stand on their
Although I will
heads,
admit
you know.
that the possibility of a resonance
You
cascade
enjoy that,
scenario
fine
is
lads?
Extremely
standard
unlikely.
procedure.
I just don't feel.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all
Standard
this.
insertion.
He's a highly trained
We'll be doing that later.
We've assured the administrator that nothing will go wrong.
Yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let's let him in now.
It's about the one improvement Half-Life 1 has over this game. They can skip the test chamber. We haven't found a way to do that yet. Although I think it's been theoretically deemed possible. How is that?
It's if you want to do a quote-unquote skip for it, there's a lot of technicalities that have to be met, and that is impossible in a normal run without cheating. So, yeah.
Now, if you would be so
Everything's on
good as to
timers,
climb
basically.
up and start the rotors, that way we can Bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
But yeah, I did test once about skipping the test chamber, and the best method I came up with was renaming myself to cards in game and then touching a trigger. That's how I got to skip most of the test chamber using cheats, but not really blatant cheats.
It's actually insane. I did not know about that.
Yeah, the card that you push into the spectrometer thing, it's called cards. The trigger that, you know, detects it only detects an entity that's called cards. It doesn't really care what is that thing, so it could be you.
Anyway, meanwhile I'm doing a bit of demonstration of the sliding movement. It works really well in large radius corners, where you can just slowly move your mouse and gain speed really quickly. It's much easier to initiate a slide from a single jump, but it is possible to do from just running like this. And the key to doing super fast movement as compared to just fast movement is to master this sliding technique. Anyway, we've been told that the card is ready, so it's time to initiate the infamous experiment. In HD! Look at that. I'm actually not gonna tell you to look at that, because for speed reasons, I do have this game on pretty potato settings. It looks much better casually.
I mean, on pretty potato, it still looks a billion times better than Half-Life 1, so... We don't get snagged on the teleporters then. Sometimes in this test chamber, you can get pushed by the Vorticon spawners, the teleporters, and you can sometimes get a lot of speed and accidentally die, like I did once in one of my runs.
Yeah, the enemies teleporting in, if you're in that hitbox, they just push you away, which can theoretically be used to your advantage, but it's just super random, so it's not really practical.
I've seen like one use of that thing on, I think that was Apprehension, but yeah, you don't really use that much.
So here we are in unforeseen consequences. All the place has gone to wreck, and we can start to do some real fast movement. Except I'm lying, of course, because there's one more cutscene we need to wait through. Cheers, right here.
Listen.
Hopefully you remember these two guys from different game with a certain HEV suit clad scientist. And I've been told that it doesn't really matter if you teleport these guys, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it looks cool.
I can't reach anyone in the facility. We need to
I've
get
been
to the
doing it.
surface and let someone know that we're stranded down here. There's
I'm
no
here,
way
little
of knowing
scientist.
What kind of danger My God, what have we done?
Alright, real quick, we got a donation from Chinese Soup. He gave a whopping $5.
We can't afford to waste time.
Thanks for watching, and now it's $425 US. Please donate more
Science team will
for the St.
help you
Jude's
along the way.
Children's Research
And
Hospital.
for God's sake,
Thank
keep
you,
that
Chinese.
suit on.
That's amazing, thank you.
Appreciate you.
You hear me?
Thanks. Oh, you got the prop glitch. You can't teleport him now. Oh, I've been looking at the wrong screen. No, the Twitch stream is pretty delayed.
It do be like that. Okay, now we can really start moving.
This is where your movement comes into play. There's a lot of corners you have to hit and a lot of holes you need to go through.
Following map will I think, neatly demonstrate how useful gaining speed up slopes is.
Yeah, this next map has a really direct, like, example.
Dodge these zombies. One more slope, and there's another slope. Thankfully, this zombie is really awful at throwing. Like, I would never have him play baseball. And here's the crowbar. So if you notice, it's actually on a different place than HL1. Some people get really upset about that. Oh, I didn't get the best cycle. Shove that thing right in.
Really good health, like 83 HP, and that's really good.
I got the med kit there, just after the test chamber.
Yeah.
It can be really useful if those zombies really mess you up. Thankfully, that was quite smooth, I'd say.
He didn't get hit once. That's amazing.
Here we just abuse some barrels to move particles aside. Go there to activate a Hound Eye. It's going to be useful later. And now when the G-Man comes out, you can get in and start turning these valves as part of the puzzle.
The reason why you can't immediately get into the balcony is because there's a clip brush right there, and that waits for when G-Man comes fully inside the room to disappear.
Interesting that they decided to implement it just pretty much just there, right? There's other places you can totally bump into G-Man.
Yeah, like apprehension, they didn't do that there, but they did it here.
A little surf on the sewer wall. Now we gotta raise the water here. Don't eat me, please.
Kovic, your volume on me is really low, apparently, according to Jared.
Interesting, I'll try to do something about it. Unfortunately, I just died because of some physics interaction. There was no reason for me to die there.
Oh well. It's the Source engine, what do you expect? Consistent physics.
Exactly. And coming up here, we'll do our first instance of save deleting. Just making a save called semicolon, and then trying to load it, which results in us getting the default position for that map with some nice health and armor and weapons, including these grenades, which is actually the reason why I do that. Anything to add?
Nah, I'm just wondering when the hell you're gonna make my volume not 0.
There's a very nice elevator, I think, to give us the opportunity. We were skipping the elevator by bouncing off a pipe.
Reminder though, every dollar counts, guys. You could be saving someone's life by donating right now. Very important charity.
Yeah, donate, guys.
There we
Need to
go.
get to that 690.
Kill us out as much as we want to donate. We're all begging you to donate.
And that was not a good RNG there.
And we're gonna use the first instance of unpausing, which, well, freezes Gordon in place while everything else is still moving, which allows us to set up these very nice grenade boosts. And I'm gonna use it here to...
Yeah, the way unpause works is that everything around you keeps on going, but the position, like Gordon's position, gets frozen in time, but not his speed. So you can explode stuff around you to get more speed through knockback. Basically, you can store how much speed you want, and that's pretty awesome. Oh, and here he's gonna be save load buffering through a trigger to skip the trigger that normally activates the ridiculous power line thing. You can't really do this with other triggers in game. This one is a really special case, but yeah.
I think most of the other triggers are way too thick to do this, realistically. dodge some really annoying head grabs, and slide up the stairs. This following map is actually one of the shortest. It's ridiculous how quickly you can go through if you just don't do anything extra.
It's normally 20 seconds, or even actually 10 seconds if you're really good and get good luck. Oh yeah, coffee machines. If you break the coffee machines in game, you get more health because coffee heals, I guess.
It's actually soda.
Ooh. That was coffee, but
The purple coffee. We're gonna do another instance of unpausing to... or not. Unpausing to do a boost, and here we can do actually a double grenade boost thanks to the unpausing, because one we put on the floor and the other one we hold in our hand. Just need to not be yoinked by some annoying head grabs in the way.
yeah, if
Like
you don't
this.
do unpausing here, it would get really hard to time both these nades exactly, but with unpausing it's really easy.
And that's Office Complex. How's the volume, by the way?
You should change this back to normal right now.
Oh, it's too loud now.
No, well, on me.
Yeah.
Wait, am I loud?
Oh, no you're not.
Wait, good run so far, man. You're doing amazing. I love watching your run.
This one might just be the best B-hop section in the game. You get to slide through these hallways filled with trip mines and turrets and stuff.
Yeah, you get to practice a lot of the really smooth movement. You have to jump through a lot of sections really precisely. Like coming up right here, if you hit that trip mine, you're gonna be dead. Or you can use it to boost up onto the balcony.
Yeah, but for some reason it doesn't feel really consistent for me, so I don't go for it actually.
Yeah, it's a trip mine. Even a trip mine is not even consistent.
Inconsistency itself, this game. Here we're doing another save delete because it skips riding the elevator up because you just spawn at the top for some reason.
Oh
It's
yeah,
nice.
you get a 500 IQ strat there. He stood on the button to hit the trigger earlier. Saves like 6 frames. Not really.
I don't know, man. That might be like 800, not 500.
But
Yeah, I need to actually catch the grenade in order to do this. Another unpause boost in order to... oh well. A bit more to the left. Yeah, like this. And that skips pretty much the entire map.
awesome. And there's a long elevator. But thank God for save deletion because he skipped most of it anyways.
I'm just gonna stand on this button again in order to hit the level transition trigger as early as possible. And then do another save delete that will move us to its very top. Like this.
So about save deletion, the weapons you get, like the suit and everything else, that depends on the game development, the map development. On some maps, they don't give you the armor and suit and ammo purely because they were lazy and they weren't bothered to put those there. Those items automatically spawn once you start the map fresh, like using the map command, for example.
Yeah, doing save deletion is basically the same thing as just
Big
going
shout
into
to
the
devs of
menu.
the game.
It's the same as just going into the menu, pressing the new game button and selecting a chapter. If the map happens to be the beginning of the chapter.
Yeah, beginnings of the chapters always have good ammo and weapons.
You really need to kill that scientist because that makes us able to press that button which opens the silo door. The infamous silo door.
The silo door I spent like 2 days trying to skip.
Yeah, you can actually skip the silo door using void clips, but since this is no void clip, we're not doing that because void clips are evil. Remember that, my friends.
Hey, I found most of them. And I still hate them.
Real quick, guys, we got a big, huge donation free hand. $5. He said thanks for the run, guys.
Oh my god, $5, that can save so many people.
Amazing. Huge thanks you.
Keep going, keep it going.
This is a very long hallway, so I just used the grenade to give you a bit more speed.
You move so fast in this game. You can move so fast in this game. You don't even take the tram. The tram's too slow.
Yeah, trams for normal people. But we're special, so we use things like sliding like a snake at the speed of about 2 trams added together.
Big tram's a new SI unit.
Oh wow, he was very in my face.
Yeah, those bull squids sometimes spawn in really weird positions. I think it depends on where it goes and not really where it spawns. Fun fact, there's a thing called first tick save load, where you save load on the first tick when going to a new map, and it will make this very elevator be at the top of the shaft already at the beginning of the map.
Yo, are you still in the
Things are
Try to jump around these hound eyes, just like that. It's amazing. So, if you guys are familiar with the Half-Life 1 speedrun, you might know that finding a way to skip the blast pit chapter would be the holy grail of that run. Unfortunately, they're not able to do that, but here in Black Mesa we found that holy grail, and it's just going to involve Gordon sticking some tentacles up his whatever.
well, technically, he's gonna be absorbing some tentacles into his body to trick the game into bringing us down. So yeah, let me explain about prop clips. Prop clips, or basically any other clip in this game, the reason why you move down is because a map dev, the game dev at Valve forgot to do some checks. So the way the game works is that if you're loaded in and you crouch, and you're crouched, the game does a check where it moves you 18 units upwards and then 18 units downwards to check whether you get unstuck or not. The problem is, if you're still stuck after all that, they don't reset your position, so you end up at 18 units below the ground still. It's an amazing oversight. Let's just do all this and more.
So that went better than I expected, actually.
Minor fracture detected. Vital signs critical.
Ooh, the boosts. Yeah, that was smooth. Oh.
Now into Power Up, the Gargantua map, which I think is, yeah, it's just slam dunk the shortest chapter we've got in this game, because just like in Half-Life 1, we get to skip it, just not in the same way.
This is also the most painful clip in the world because it is so inconsistent, and you have to hope to God the AI actually goes with you.
Yeah, the positioning of the Marines can really not be pleasant for you. And
the Marines can lure the Gargantua closer to you, and he can hurt you earlier, sooner. So yeah.
And ideally we don't want to be hit by the Gargantua at all, because it just messes up our velocity. I get stuck in here, and I'll put any number of trip mines, at least 2, ideally 3 in front of me, and then do a little bit of safe buffering.
2 is good enough, most of the time.
Yeah, 2 works, but if you get 3, you actually get instantly just yoinked to the safe trigger, or level transition trigger, which is right here. And we just do a quick save delete or save load, and that means we don't need to tram for here. So now we're.
So let me explain about the save delete. I mean a save load here. The save load, what it does is that there's a trigger that increments by 1 every single time a new entity touches it. And when you save load, you touch that trigger again twice. If you exit the trigger normally, it would just subtract one from an entity, from a counting entity. But if you save load, it never sees you exiting it. So you just add one again to get two, which, well, triggers the end level transition.
Thinking about it, that might just be the same way how the portal funnel flying thing works in Portal 2, right?
No, the portal funnel thing is
Like there's an increment
is
there
more
as well.
complex. No, it's more about flags, not really incrementing. I don't think there is any incrementing in that, but it's much more complex than here. This is a general glitch in the Source engine. More trigger multiples breaking. Surprised they haven't fixed that yet.
Systems engaged. Administer.
I'm giving them ideas, am I? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
maybe don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a new puzzle in the Black Mesa. We need to just plug a plug in, and once we plug the plug in, we can just turn the thing on. It's very basic, but I guess they thought it added something to the gameplay.
Gordon's a theoretical scientist. Of course, he finishes this very quickly.
15%.
And once the bridge lowers, we can press the button and move on.
Kovac, can you hear Rock?
Very slightly. I actually used this opportunity to make him slightly louder. How about that?
Yes, I was gonna say while the bridge was lowering, you could make everyone a bit louder because
Okay, we got some fatty donations. I gotta roll these out. Alright, ET won't phone home has donated $6. He says $5. Those kids deserve more. Shake my head. I agree, dude. And just after that, we got the girlfriend donating $20. And I love centaurs. Damn. Thank you guys.
Big thanks to ET.
Oh,
that donation.
That's.
I just went full Pepega there. That's okay.
Can anyone top the $20?
Come on,
Give the
man.
children what they
Donate.
need.
Donate $100. Come on.
Yeah, that's
you
what
get
I
a
meant to
super
do.
special Gold Source VIP package.
Yeah, everyone will literally poop if you donate $100.
Yeah, now I'm just waiting here because this door won't open until the tram rounds up
It's
the
a good
elevator.
time to adjust the volume of everyone now, Kovac.
Yeah, I've already done that while the tram was rising, and then I died for no reason.
Oh, okay.
Just marathon things.
So, this is another very fun gameplay decision by the devs. For some reason, they felt the need to make the door only open when the tram is at the top of the shaft for some reason. It wasn't like that in older versions. I guess they just really wanted to extend the length of the game.
the audio is pretty good. Chat used to be just a smidge louder, but you're perfect to 8.
Heck, yeah.
Excellent. Alright, let me get out of here.
So this is a puzzle where we need to prime the rocket before we can launch it. And that just involves pressing 3 buttons and the one at the top. And since I have plenty of SMG nades, I just use them to kill the guys very quickly. And now we wait. I'm gonna use this opportunity to talk about Space Gun right here, which is this very magical gun which always deserves to be put up here with this rocket to go into space.
If you do not do this, the RNG gods will not bless your run, and your run will always crash at some point and lose a lot of time for no reason. It's like a gift for the RNG gods, so they're not mad at you.
Well, I guess I have pretty bad karma with the RNG gods, because I'm convinced that this game is just guaranteed to crash at least once a game. It's gonna happen.
I mean, it's a good thing it crashes anyways. I think it should be standard practice to quit the game at like FAF or something to prevent crashes from later on. But yeah, the bad version about using an older version of the game is that it's gonna crash a lot, and 0.91 really does crash a lot.
Also, the girlfriend that donated $20 is the girlfriend of Jared. Jared is the guy who's hosting this whole event. He owns SourceRuns. He's a cool guy. It's his girlfriend. Make sure you give his lover some claps. Round of applause.
So right now I just used unpause to get punched by a marine about 4 times, which launches me all the way here to what I like to call displacement land. And here in displacement land, I can crouch at this point and hopefully get stuck underneath the slope, like that, I think. And now I can, since I'm stuck, I can again save buffer and clip downwards, which skips actually launching the rocket. Which might be the reason why the game always crashes, because Spaceco never actually gets to go to space.
Oh. So that's why my runs keep on crashing after the new update and the skip. Oh, that sometimes happens. If you approach the behinds of the displacements too quickly, it will just pass you on through it. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that RNG is not good right now.
Okay, let's get stuck one more time.
Yeah, let's try. Alright, that's good. Oh. Yeah, you should disable auto run. I mean, always run for this, or, you know, shift to move slowly. That makes it really easy. Alright, that's good.
Yeah, we're through. Just a couple of more save loads. Okay, one more. Maybe 2 more. There we go, much better than rocket engineering.
Better than pressing a button and waiting 2 minutes. So yeah.
Holy moly. Okay, guys, this is huge, dude. We got a $237 donation.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
He says, love Black Mesa, such a fun run and genuinely an awesome game. Thanks for joining us, Kovic. Yes, thank you, Kovic. Rock, thank you too for the $237 for charity. Kovic, very happy.
That's a new PB for highest donation.
That's just amazing, so generous. Really, thank you so much.
Oh, you get stuck in. Ooh. Yeah, keep on donating, guys. It's for a good cause. You want to save those children.
So this bar of metal is really evil, so we always shoot it. Because you can, it's very easy to get stuck there. And that was the shark, by shark. That's pretty much all you're gonna see of him, hopefully. Unless he pops on later in the run.
He does make a cameo in FAF as a RNG messing up device.
And here's the crossbow for some reason.
They just give you it. Like, here, have a crossbow. We don't need it, whatever.
And this barnacle just blocks you no matter what. It's too much in the way. Hello, G-Man. In this room, you have to kill all the enemies, so I'm just gonna do the explosive treatment real fast. And thank you. Thank you, Mr. Scientist.
Sometimes you don't really kill most of the enemies because like a head crab, like a stray head crab jumps away. It's really annoying. But yeah, if you use explosives, it makes sure that every enemy in the room gets killed.
So at this point in the story, Boris Gordon gets a notification that the military is tracking him all the time and hiding will never do it. That's really annoying, isn't it? But it is actually very good for us, and I'll explain that later.
See, we can exploit them.
Yeah, that headcrab is very nice. Usually likes to block your path.
Yeah, do you want to show people the crosshair for the crossbow. Like the scope for the crossbow.
And real quick, Chinese soup, thank you for the $1.
Yeah, that crossbow scope. It's literally a JPEG.
I don't mind it. It's much better than the old scope. I mean, the old scope was very
Yeah.
cool, but it just
Yeah,
ran
and-
awfully.
Yeah, in retrospect, that scope is just so over like engineers, and it moves too much and stuff.
So coming up is the infamous ninja ambush, but we'll just go around them. They never bothered to be here. Just get one small ladder, and here's the button. Oh, thank you very much. Opens this warehouse or whatever.
That guard always dies, like it's his fate or something. Because if you even kill the assassin that kills him, he just gets killed anyways.
Now we moved into this very inconspicuous room, and we get ambushed. Which is a good thing, because this is the perfect time in the run to go for a pee break. So if anyone of you, needs to take care of something, now's the time.
Jesus, this guy's heavy.
Where are we taking this Freeman guy? Topside. Questioning.
So wait, did you go?
What the hell for? We got him.
No.
Okay, I was scared for a bit.
Kill now.
You might have ditched me
I mean,
for a toilet.
I never go for pee breaks, because if I do, I would just lose like 2 minutes everywhere.
Not even a quick wee.
Nah.
Everybody makes their game.
Right, coming up is residue processing. My favorite chapter, because it's all movement, and it's really good movement.
Well, that's a great coincidence, because it's actually my least favorite chapter, because nothing happens in it.
Oh no.
Just a bunch of conveyor belts. And this is a really long crusher, and we don't like long things that we can't skip, so we're gonna skip it. Using this bucket, push it against the crusher to make it lose collision, and then just move inside it and save buffer. You go downwards through the crusher floor.
Yeah, if you're wondering about why the bucket gets loses its collision, technically the crusher doors are actually just doors. The crusher walls are doors, and if a prop gets stuck in the door's like movement trajectory, the game is programmed to disable collisions for that prop for 4 seconds. So yeah, that's why the bucket loses collision.
It's just a safety thing to prevent general source physics mishaps.
One of them, I guess.
I mean, they tried. Yeah, at least I have to give them credit for trying. It's not their fault. They just keep breaking the things.
Oh no, we're giving them ideas again. I mean, I do have a in-depth explanation on even in code of why that happens. I should really take that down.
But yeah, you were right. There is a lot of very nice movement in this chapter. Sliding through
Yeah,
very narrow corridors. On the edge of a knife. And this hallway is really cramped for some reason. I hate it. I always get stuck on that shelf there.
There's a lot of stuck spots in this chapter, as you can see. There's a lot of stuff just jutting out, like the edges of pipes, for example, or a random metal beam on the wall.
Or this chair right here. That chair gives me PTSD.
Oh, every single time, man. One has to wonder how much waste can Black Mesa just produce?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this is supposed to represent, because in the original Half-Life it looked almost like a butchery. There was bits of meat flying everywhere. Here it's just more like regular sewers.
But really, really disgusting stuff on it that you're really glad to be wearing a health suit through it.
Except the helmet.
So, yeah. Oh no. I just remembered. You don't have a helmet. So yeah, these crushers in an older version were really easy to skip, but now you have to like stop in the middle of them because they move a little bit faster and it'd be a little bit further apart.
And there was an opening in the wall, and we just went through it, skipping a bunch of the conveyor belts. And just use the satchel to make it more fast, but actually you don't need the satchel.
But in fact, you can actually jump over the trip line, the lasers. You can jump over the lasers with a really precise jump.
I usually get it actually. Not now, unfortunately. Can't show my swag.
It's a marathon run, of course.
Obviously.
RNG won't be the best.
My health is a bit low, so I'm actually gonna save the lead on this map. Just for safety.
Right, questionable ethics coming up. Used to be one of the fastest chapters in game, maybe because it was a huge skip that lets us skip the most of it, but not anymore because thanks devs.
But we still got a small skip followed by another skip, which adds up to a reasonable skip. And talking about that, shoutouts to Mixler for finding that skip because it's really cool.
And a shout out to Rock for the $1.70. He says, "Don't you dare mess this up for me again."
That's a strange.
Uh-oh.
That's a strangely specific amount, but thanks you for the donation.
Verification on what he's saying. Maybe another donation.
I mean, the donation counter right now is very nice, I had to say.
Oh, nice. If you take the digits of my HP right now, it's also very nice. Maybe that's a sign.
Well, actually, it's backwards, so it's less nice, or inverse of nice, which is not nice.
Well, I've been told that it doesn't matter which direction you do it.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyway,
Depends
let's
on
go.
the
Let's get
person.
away from that conversation because there's a skip here. I want to do it. First thing.
This skip is sometimes really inconsistent. Sometimes you get pushed out of the floor, sometimes you don't. Although with this prop, it's more consistent than, you know, others.
Oh, I just pushed the wrong button because I'm. There you go. Get distracted by the soldier. Anyway, so let's do it again.
Yeah, the NPCs at this part of the game is super annoying. Sometimes the soldiers can actually sneak up behind the scientists and kill them, like what happened to Table, unfortunately.
Any second now.
Oh, you should do it again. If the prop moves around in the middle of your clip, it's better to just redo it because, well, you want the correct orientation, of course. Yeah, this is the RNG not doing well here. Oh, wow. Maybe use the other side of the VCR.
No, we got it. We got it.
All right.
We're just gonna throw it away. Use a satchel to give us some speed and do a couple of save loads. We move through this little fence, and here are the scientists we want to rescue. Incredible.
The scientists, who are the worst people in this entire run because they keep on dying.
Yeah, it's an escort mission right now. So I'm just making sure no soldiers are here. Also, the scientists really like to just get stuck and softlock the game. So I'm really gonna babysit them. Come on, you fellows. And the bald guys just ran away.
The AI in 0.91 is really like it's like on and off basically. So it's really rudimentary. And right here it shows because the NPCs won't immediately go to your location. Where is the other guy?
I have no idea.
Wait.
Come on.
Wait.
You'll get a smack for being
did he go
naughty.
to the freezer? Oh my. See, this is what happens every time in this part.
But we're okay now. The moment they start talking, you'll save. Usually.
I mean, it's a graphical update. You know, the scientists have to stay the same.
We'll stay here for
That's unfortunately too true.
Man, I'd like to petition that fucking Half-Life 1 AI would be better than Black Mesa's. Because holy crap, these guys just keep on not doing the thing.
Yeah, now we've got the second of the skips in this map.
This is one of the most elegant skips in the entire run.
Scientist
My
died
gosh.
for some reason.
What? Oh no. Are you sure there's no one behind them? What?
It's a bloody Vortigon.
Well, run back, run back. Oh my god, I never would have realized. How did that thing get there?
Reasons, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna line up right here. And when I'm not getting knocked back by the soldiers, I'm gonna shoot 3 SMG nades in the air, jump and unpause. And these 3 grenades will give me enough speed to get on this roof. Now with the VCR in my hand, I can turn it around first, and then use it to do another prop flip. Hopefully this one will be faster than the other one.
Yeah, it is really an elegant skip.
Alright, we got another donation. ET won't phone from home. Thank you for the $4.20. He says, I can't believe he skipped the part of questionable ethics. That's unacceptable.
Oh no, please don't tell on me to the devs.
That's unacceptable, man.
I mean, it is questionable ethics. We don't want to see any questionable ethics on our stream. It's better we
Thank
skipped
you,
everything.
ET, for the 420.
And now we save deleted, which gave us access to the best weapon in the game objectively, which is the Tau Cannon. It's not the Ghost Rifle, it's a Tau Cannon. And that gives us a lot of speed. Unfortunately, it doesn't give us horizontal speed. I mean vertical speed, like in HL1. Only horizontal speed. But it's still very nice.
Yeah, you can't replicate like those AG games with the gun. It only gives you horizontal speed. You can get a little bit of vertical speed, maybe, but yeah.
So I'm gonna go one try for the swag strat, and then I'll just do the save backup.
Ooh.
And of course not. So there's a big clip rush here for some reason. And if you get the swag strat, you get to jump over it with the SMG nade, keeping a lot of speed. But you can just go under it, like this. And then we just surf on the cliffside right here, skipping the entire dam section. And the reason we need to surf here is because there's a kill trigger underneath us, which ends about here. That was actually really close.
Yeah, that's another way you can do this map, which is to bring 2 explosive barrels with you to that spot with the clip rush to jump onto the clip rush, and it's to just hop on top the cliffs. Might be faster, might be slower.
You need to bring the 2 barrels, which is really
I mean,
unwieldy.
you can like juggle them. You can like juggle them, like run and juggle at the same time. So it's not that slow. It's definitely more. It's definitely safer.
Well, that happened.
Oh, what happened there?
I pushed 3 by accident, which brought up the weapon selection menu, and I couldn't shoot the nade in time. To do this map properly, it's really nice. Unfortunately, I messed up a bit, but still, we can do some really nice things with the tank cannon and the SMG unit.
There are a lot of ways you can go through this map, purely because they didn't really block this map up really well. You can just like damage boost over everything. And
now
next up is the canyon.
Yeah, it's the canyon map, and we're gonna attempt the Black Mesa version of pipe to pipe.
It is also the map with the longest load times.
No, we've got Zen as well.
Yeah, in Earthbound at least. It's upwards of 6 seconds.
It is really massive. Anyway, the way we do pipe to pipe here is we approach this very nice marine and we'll tell him to punch us 7 times. That's 7. And now I just gotta nail the landing.
Unpause.
And I
You
didn't
can
nail the landing.
theoretically get upwards to 19,000 speed with the guard, with the runs, but because the devs are so nice, they put a kill trigger around the entire level to block people from going to an Easter egg, and that's why we need to control our speed as fine as possible so that we don't hit that trigger.
Devs are great in this game.
Yep, really great.
Obviously doing pipe to pipe means we skip the rocket launcher, but that's nothing a simple save delete can't fix. Just like that.
Every problem in life, just save delete it.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of save deletes later in Zen. So, if you don't like it, get used to it. There's no choice for you.
We're gonna be doing a lot of damage boosting in Zen. So we need a lot of health and ammo. Oh yeah, another fun thing about the canyon, there's a little Easter egg that's really clever. If you go into the tunnel and then look back at the canyon, like the vista, you see that the tunnel, the exit of the tunnel, and the little Mesa in the skybox makes up the Black Mesa logo. Like, jump on the power box, yeah.
Sometimes the electricity just yeets you the correct way, but now I just turned it off. No reason to redo that.
Sometimes the explosives in this map could explode prematurely. Well, most of them at least.
Sometimes it's the head crabs, sometimes it's just whatever.
You can actually do it yourself by doing a Tau gun Tau gun boost.
Yeah, that's true.
Into
If you shoot a Tau cannon through a garage door from the outside, you can hit some explosives and do the explosion prematurely. But it's not super fast, so I don't do it.
Yeah, you also need to be pretty precise because you're hitting something through the wall with a Tau cannon.
There we use this cactus to just jump over this fence.
Oh, you're not going for health.
And then do a bit of parkour on this building. First jumping on top of this CCTV, then on this roof, then on this metal bar, and on top of the roof. Here we need to do a safe load to activate the doors and make the tank come out, and then one rocket jump over the barbed wire, and one more rocket jump into the level transition trigger.
If I remember correctly, the underlines of doing a save load there is the same with doing a save load on power up. Well, on a rail to skip and getting the tram. I think it's a trigger multiple, you hit twice, so yeah.
Right now my health is low, and I also desperately need SMG nades, so one more save delete. This is the garage map. And we're gonna use 3 SMG nades to skip the snark section, which is quite famous, where you are crawling through the vent and the marines shoot the vent down together with you, and I'm not getting this for some reason.
Ooh. Yeah, what is going on here? What?
That's more like it. Now one more to get on top of this column, and one more to go on top of this roof. With that, we just jump and slide. Okay, no slides. There's safety health here, thankfully.
Yeah, you can prematurely explode and blow up the fuel truck to skip the enemy spawning in.
Just like that. And on the next map is what I like to call the last evil prop clip of this run. It's to skip the Barney escort section. In HL1, this is the place where they get infinite health because of a strangely programmed door. We don't have that here, unfortunately, but we have save deletes, so whatever.
No, instead we have a really, really evil prop clip.
First, I'll get rid of these aliens because they could mess me up. Now it's time for prop clipping with this ammo box.
Yeah,
That
this
soldier
is
was a
what,
Spider-Man, apparently.
This is what puts off a lot of people from running the game, a lot of new players, because it's just ridiculously hard. Well, not really, but it's hard to get it most of the time. You need a combination of all the aliens dying and the Marines not shooting you that much, and even getting the prop to clip. There are some ways you can get this more consistently, but yeah. It's still a horrible prop clip. You should look to the right. You should look to the right.
There it is. And now I'll boost twice with the Tau Cannon in this spot. And now I will save buffer. You go through the wall and through the door and not get the Barney, because that guy is a wimp.
Yeah. So your position on the ledge has to be precise because the part of the wall you go through is really specific. It used to not be like that, but they cut up the wall into smaller chunks, and because the underlying mechanics of clipping, you can't really do anything. You can't really clip in the wrong position.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the mechanics of the prop clip is basically you clip through a single brush and you can't leave it. So that's why the very specific space.
Yeah, you can only clip into a brush and exit that same brush. You can't enter a new brush if you're not directly above it. So basically, if you want to go into a new brush, you have to go above it and then clip down to it. You can't go, let's say, from one brush to another horizontally. I think you got the wrong position. Oh no!
Shall I say it? That's never happened before.
Yeah, this is what happens if you get the wrong position.
Thankfully, I've got a save to save. I'll just redo the thing.
Yeah, this is why this clip is so evil. Like, holy crap! You should move closer to the vent thing. Your positions basically must be above the door on the XY plane. Yeah, that position should be good. And then look to the right. Like flipping. Oh yeah, fun fact, I found this. So you can all thank me for having to suffer through this.
There we go. Oh no.
Oh, you got
Sometimes
pushed
it just sometimes it just push you out. Don't get rid of it too fast enough.
You need a save. You need to load a safety save.
No. This is fine.
Oh man, this marathon luck is horrible. Alright, hopefully this doesn't break again.
I can feel it. I think it's looking much better.
Yeah, I think you got it. Yeah.
Just a couple of more save loads. And we're through. That wasn't so bad, was it? Don't answer that.
So this is a purely movement-based map. It's basically a race against a Gargantua, but we always win.
He has no chance with the kind of movement we're doing here.
Yeah.
Now we have to open this gate. And just now should be a tiny enough gap to get through. And this is the point in the game where the fact where I said it's gonna crash at least once comes into play. So I'll make a safety save before every level transition. So if it crashes, I don't lose too much time.
Oh boy.
Alright, no crash this map. Can happen at any moment. You never know where it's gonna come.
Normally it only happens at the beginning of the map, so yeah, I've never seen it crashing anywhere else.
Oh yeah, it only happens on level transition.
This is where you meet the fish again.
Yeah, this is the cameo we've been talking about. Basically what we want to do is jump out of the water and onto this. Oh, nice. Goodbye, fish.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, it's a pretty precise thing, but you can get it with practice. It looks pretty cool too.
Rocket jump across this huge field.
FAF mostly is really movement based as well. I really do also like this chapter.
It's also very short.
Yeah, it lasts for like 2 minutes. And you get an elevator ride too. You get a little break at least.
Yeah, I guess if you cut out the elevator ride, it would be even shorter. Insanely short.
Some Zen maps would be longer than the entire chapter.
And more waiting, because the stank needs to blow up this door.
Fun fact, you can actually abuse the teleport, like the enemy teleport.
I actually kind of did. Teleporting alien gives me a little bit of speed.
Yeah, if you unpause at the correct spot, you can actually get a lot of speed and fly straight towards the end immediately.
This is another map where we need a bit more HP. So save him. And here we skip the elevator with the help of a trusty SMG nade.
Fun, they didn't really put a death trigger here like in UC.
Don't say.
I should really stop, oh gosh.
And this is the second ninja ambush. But we're just gonna go around them with the help of a couple of satchels. I want to bounce off this container in just the right way. It's not the right way. That's the right way.
Medical systems engaged. Morphine ammunition depleted.
One more save delete to get ammo, and it's actually faster because it moves you to the bottom of that elevator. And here we need to kill all the aliens as quickly as possible to make the scientist guy up there open the door. Time that rocket just right. And now we're gonna use 2 satchels to boost to that door, skip a ladder.
You can actually get stuck on that ladder if you stand right below it.
I apologize, Dr. Freeman.
Pretty
but
weird
I'm sure
oversight.
you understand that I couldn't risk opening that door until you had scoured the area.
Exactly.
Here you teleport the
This is
guy
the
again.
last entrance to the Lambda complex.
Possibly the very first
Everyone else
teleport
contained the
we
invasion.
do
When we realized
after
that you might
what I
actually
think
make
was
it here, We
UC.
drew straws to see who would stay behind and
Is
let you
it?
through.
Yes it is.
Obviously, I drew the short one.
Teleporting is actually not so useful. It
Colleagues are
saves
waiting at the tip of the
maybe a
Lambda
second.
reactor.
Something
Maybe a
like
few
that.
seconds throughout the run. There's
Very
not really
minor.
many cutscenes. There's not very many cutscenes that have props
The reactor
and
is
takes
shut
too
down
long.
right now.
Unlike here.
So coming up is the part where you need to activate the Lambda core reactor by activating 2 pumps, but we're not going to do any of that. Instead, we're going to do a prop clip with an explosive barrel, because we like to live dangerously.
Yeah, sometimes that explosive barrel could really just fuck you up.
Just
because-
explodes in your face with the help of some
Yeah,
hound eyes.
Yeah, some hound eye attacks or growls and just explodes the barrel. Even from like below the ground. So you have to grab that pretty quick or else they would really come after you.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't use many barrels these days because of the routing, but the barrel is actually the nicest thing to prop clip with. It's very consistent. You saw me getting this very quickly, unlike that ammo box prop clip.
Ah.
Now we have to ascend the Lambda core reactor, and to do that we need more SMG nades, so another save delete.
Power 45%.
I'm trying to climb the ladder slightly faster by mashing crouch and the use key.
Oh yeah, that's called ladder speeding. It depends on your mashing speed. If you really are good at, say, Osu or something, you can mash it really quickly, and it really helps you here.
It's about the rhythm.
Yeah.
And like that, with 3 SMG nades, we're on top, almost.
This is to skip a really long cutscene of you activating the reactor, even though you didn't even activate the pumps, but whatever.
The game assumes you activated the pumps, because how else would you have gotten here? Very simple. Bit of tower boosting through the hallways. And these aliens teleporting in always block you. I don't think there's a way to get past them.
What the hell happened to that grunt there? Did that grunt just stand on top of that Vortigaunt?
I didn't notice actually, so let's say yes.
That is very yes. Oh, wrong. There we go. So yeah, we just skipped most of them, most of the puzzles, at least.
One more save delete on Earth, because we need to get stocked up for Zen with some serious ammo.
Yep, Zen is damage boost land, and in damage boost land, you damage boost, and pray to God the displacements don't really listen and be kind.
Gordon Freeman, you
But
finally
before we enter damage boost land, we need to go through cutscene town, so... Just gonna take this book to do some teleporting, but if you've got anything else to say, like some donations, go for it.
No. Everybody's being too greedy with their money. They don't want to donate to Children's Hospital.
Come on, man.
Come now, Gordon.
Just kidding. We
Time
raised
is of the essence.
$285 so far during this
What
run.
you see before you
Thank
is
you,
the
go back.
supply depot
Go
for
big.
our first survey team. Quite a few handsome specimens were collected from the border.
'Cause
While these guys are talking, I'll grab some ammo through the door here. Because that's how this works. There's one more ammo for the the Tau cannon that I want to pick up, but it's hard to get.
Gordon's a theoretical physicist, so door is a theory to him.
No ifs, ands, or asses about it.
Of course, you owe us nothing, Dr. Freeman. But you've come this far. You know as much about these creatures as anyone.
Enough to know that if you don't wipe it out, well,
Yeah, now
put it this
we've
way.
been told that we need to
there ain't
kill
gonna be much for you to
final
come home
boss. Who would expect that, right?
Yes. So if you're willing, my colleague is waiting for you at the main portal controls. Dr. Steinman will open the gates for you. And
But first
don't
you
let
have to go
Hunter's
through
rash attitude frighten you.
It's the
We've all
most
been through this
divisively
rank
good or
since the
bad
incident.
section of the game.
He'll equip
You mean
with the
interloper?
proper armaments for the task ahead.
Yeah.
So hurry.
Some might love it
Dr.
for its
Freeman, so
damage
glad
boost,
you
some
made
might
it.
hate it because of damage boosts.
I've one final accoutrement for you.
I love it for the damage boost and hate it for the loading times.
This is the long jump module.
Yeah, everybody hates
I
its
created
loading
it
times.
expressly for navigation in the
Oh
world
god.
beyond.
Not even SSD can save your soul.
Yeah,
certainly hope
I
you
used to
can
play
long
it
jump
on an
for me.
HDD and it was unbearable, and then play on an SSD and it's half as unbearable. It still takes hours to load the game.
To be fair to the developers, we're not poking fun at them because they're incompetent. They really do push the Source engine to its limits. The maps are huge.
See, that's why we get crashes all the time.
Something overflowing.
Yep. I mean, the engine's like a few years old at this, not a decade old at this point, decade and a half old. Give it some slack. Ooh, you're going for the teleport.
Oh yes, I'm gonna take this circuit board and
I'm up here.
welp.
Practice your long jump if you must. But
So
hurry up.
close it so far. Go in.
This teleport is swag.
Interesting. So now we're waiting for him to activate the teleport to Zen, and this section is... it's on a timer, that's all it is. There will be enemies spawning in waves, but you don't have to kill them, it's all just waiting. And because it's alien controllers, especially on easy difficulty, which is what we're using here for the sake of speed, alien controllers are just the most ridiculously just non-issue enemies in the game. The only thing you need to not take any damage is to move around in circles.
Yeah, a fun thing you can do, a fun thing the controls can do in this level is to accidentally throw health at you. Because it actively tries to seek out props to throw at you, thinking that it's gonna hurt you, but nah. It sometimes picks up health packs or batteries to throw. So that's why sometimes you get free health for nowhere.
But because standing around just waiting would be boring, I'm actually gonna try and kill all of them.
If you do laps around the reactor, you won't actually get hit. You're gonna see that in action again in Interloper. This entire map, by the way, is based on timers, and the teleporter gets activated once the stairs move into this after a load of timers. So there's not really any way you can skip all of this unless you find a glaring source bug that hasn't been found for decades. That would be really beneficial to the entire source community.
Power 60%. Power 75%. Power 90%.
Almost there. And with the words "it's ready, you must go now," we enter the alien dimension of Zen.
AKA the damage boost town.
Yeah, with the Zen, this entire run takes a big change, I would say, because for 3 reasons. 1, the long jump module, which gives us incredible amounts of speed. 2nd, low gravity, which lets us go really high. And 3rd, there are displacements everywhere because it's a natural environment filled with rocks, and that means we can slope off things that would not maybe seem intuitive, and we can just slope off into incredible heights. Or
Although
lengths.
sometimes displacements, or actually most of the time, displacements sometimes just redirect your speed to nowhere or eat up your inputs. So yeah.
It is a double-edged sword.
Yeah. But the long jump module also gives you no full damage as well, so you can just jump as high as you want. Pretty sick, if you say.
Yeah, that's
have
an
a
important
$20
fact as well.
donation from the Britain, by the way. Thank you, Britain, for $20, man. First donation in a while. Support the charity, dude.
Oh, that was very fast. Ooh! Oh, that is huge.
Yeah, that's the sort of boosts we do around here.
Yeah, I've actually never seen that before. But yeah, that was amazing. Holy crap. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of that as well down the run. Oh no, that's what I meant about random speed redirections and input eating. Sometimes you get that. You just jump in the
Oh
random
no, I
direction.
pressed this load bind by accident. Let's do this. Good enough for me. The one disadvantage of the long jump module is it makes really awkward to move in cramped spaces and hallways like this. But thankfully Zen is very open, so we're not going to be seeing a lot of this. Do a quick puzzle. And that's pretty much the map, just one more annoying zombie in the way.
You don't need to kill the zombies there. You can just skip it and put the plug in.
You just go around them. Fortunately, they
Yeah.
are in the way.
Sometimes it can just hit you for no reason. Right, the load times are gonna get really long the further we go into Zen. Okay, and get used to the loading text because we're gonna be seeing a lot.
So this is the Zen Swamp, and you're not going to be seeing much of it. Because first of all, we skip a puzzle by circle strafing around a area portal. And then put
Little bit of
two
a stuck in there.
satchels in this little nook. Explode, and
There's another strat you can do in this section that you can do at nearly the beginning of the map. It's harder, but it lets you skip to the end of the map immediately, potentially.
But this is usually faster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you might have noticed I had to shoot some tumor-looking things. That's a mechanic that we skipped the introduction to. Basically, there are leaves in the way. Shoot these things, we can progress. And this next map is just entirely around that. We're in this giant tree or something, and we need to destroy 3 of those tumor flower things in order to progress.
Imagine them as generators that generate electricity almost.
55%.
Oh yeah, this place is a remix of the explosive warehouse. Very annoying.
Oh, you're not gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna blow them up prematurely.
No, I actually prefer it this way.
But yeah, you can actually just explode most of the explosives in this part prematurely. But Kovika had decided to not do that because it looks cooler.
So here, you can see the tumor there, and it turns out this leaf just doesn't have collision near the wall. So we get here at the very beginning. Unfortunately, we cannot destroy the tumor until we pass a trigger, which is around here. So now we need to get back up. Like that.
Ooh. I didn't actually see that until now. Yeah, normally you use the barnacles as a means of transportation. It's like an elevator almost. And here's the most annoying jump in this map. Well, maybe one of the most.
I think the other one is worse. But yeah, I need to long jump 2 times. And because of slopes, it's really hard to jump on slopes in Source. So there's this one spot right here where that green flower or land is, and I bounced in the wrong way. There's the one place where it's flat, which allows me to do the second long jump.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, your inputs get eaten here all the time, and it's really annoying.
Medical system.
There's another setup you can do.
Morphine administered.
Oh.
That was too much speed.
Nice, you got on top of the map.
I was on top of the map and stuck in displacement land. So I'll do this one more time. Hopefully, finally. I'll get the boost just right. There we go. Now we can exit the tree and enter the river, which I think is much more annoying. So there's this super hound eye, which is supposed to kill this bull squid. But if I kill the hound eye first, we can use this bull squid to give us a ton of speed. Actually, it would be enough speed to go to the end of the map, but there's a giant clip brush here, so I'll need to do second boost with the SMG nade.
Damn.
Oh no! I bounced off.
Oof. That is really unfortunate.
I've angered the slope lords today.
Damn, the slopes today are not giving up. Jesus.
You can also do it with 2 satchels, which is a bit easier. Unfortunately, I don't have any satchels at me right now. There we go. So now we're entering the 5th map of Zen Chapter, and we need a lot of health for the 6th map of Zen Chapter. Unfortunately, the 6th map is one of those maps where save deleting doesn't give you anything, so we'll save delete here, and hope to not lose many of it.
The 6th map is the plug map, where you need to, plug 3 things in 3 spots. It's basically the reactor in episode 1.
Yeah, a lot of people say that it reminds them of that map. I personally don't see it. It just got a... There's just a round thing in the middle, and that's not very... It's not a defining feature for me.
I mean, in that map in episode 1, you activate 3 things, and here you also do it. And it's a Half-Life game, so I can see why people make parallels to it. In this spot, particularly, you can do a lot of... You can practice your gauss boosting, not gauss boosting, a long jump mechanic and sharking.
So we have not
pretty
yet
fun.
had a crash. There's a good chance the game crashes right here. And
That's
it
another
did.
hot spot. Oh! Yeah, that's a hot spot for crashes.
Don't worry, this is expected. Just let me start the game again very quickly.
Yeah, if you're gonna run the game, you're gonna get used to this. It either crashes at the FAF map or here.
Like 99% of the time. Sometimes you get wild crashes, and that's when you need to start to worry.
Interloper, for some reason for me, doesn't really crash that much. I've only have it crash on the island with the map with the moving up down things, the pipes. But
Oh.
yeah,
Now we're back in game. Hopefully everything is looking fine on the stream. And this is what I like to call the Hamburger Island. And it's essentially the place from the Zen map in...
oh, you stood too close there, I think. Yeah, this is the island that you would have gone in the first. This is the island you go to first in Zen, in Half-Life 1 at least. Now it's been redesigned to
be about 10 times longer.
10 times longer with all displacements, the only displacements that you go through. So I don't know if it's an improvement or not. I don't think so.
The gist of it is still the same. You need to activate 3 things to activate the teleporter to go in Arc Slayer. But the buttons are really far apart, and there's a bit of extra puzzles thrown in there.
And cutscenes.
Oh yeah, just a bit of waiting here for this door to open. But at least you can enjoy the music made by the wonderful Joel Nielsen.
Black Mesa music, best music of the decade. Even though half of it was made in 2010. Even before. So the entire map revolves around these plug puzzles, and you just need to put the plugs in the correct spot, and take the crystals and put them in the holder, and that's it.
I think it's reassuring to know that plugs are an interdimensional concept. Even aliens have them.
Yeah, whenever we communicate with aliens, we can be sure that they will understand what plugs are.
Here is a
Oh,
force
yeah,
field,
crap.
but we'll just circle straight around it with a bunch of long jumps.
They didn't really block this place up pretty well.
Now in this place, there's again a lot of explosive stuff which will insta-kill you if you explode them. And normally you need to do a puzzle to activate an energy shield which would protect you from said explosion. But you can just long jump into this apparatus, jump upwards, and that gives you just enough height to avoid the kill trigger and detonate it prematurely, which lets you make the puzzle much faster.
Some people won't go for it because it's kind of slow. So, yeah, depends on the player.
Oh yeah, there's a button here. How did I forget?
The all important button. You don't press it, you can't continue. Oh yeah, another fun fact about the map, if I remember correctly, the place you teleport to after jumping into the teleporter, it has a change level trigger, and that thing is actually activated by touch and is never disabled. So theoretically, you can fly into that box and change level. I'm not really sure.
But we've not found a practical way to do it yet, so...
I mean, we haven't even found a way to do it in a normal run, even in a segmented run environment. So yeah, still one of the longest maps in the game.
I think it's the second longest, actually. Just one map is longer.
The elevator.
The infamous elevator. We'll get to it. With that final crystal, this map is complete.
Now we're gonna enter Garnark.
Welcome to my lair. Who said that? Was it Wheatley?
That's the wrong game.
It's the same franchise, I've been told.
It's all interconnected. This
Anyway,
is all canon.
Here in the Black Mesa community, we are pacifists, so we will not kill Gonark, and instead we will skip it. And we totally don't do it just for, you know, selfish reasons. We are altruists and stuff.
So for some reason, the devs don't want us to not kill Garnark.
Yeah, they're the evil ones. Anyway, what I did is I used 2 satchels to boost really high and enter the displacement lands, which is outside of the player intended space, but not out of bounds, and hit the level transition trigger from the other side than it's intended.
Yeah, you're gonna be finding a lot of stuff, a lot of places that have that kind of thing, where you just can go out of bounds and walk around. There's a lot of holes in the geometry.
Well, not out of bounds, out of intended playable space. You're still in bounds, technically.
Technically.
Because there's a giant skybox around the entire level. This map introduces the mechanic of cobwebs, because Gonark is a spider now as well, I think, and some conveniently placed gases which burn said cobwebs.
Who put it there? Must be kind.
It was a very kind level designer.
The one kind level designer. We're not going to be seeing much of Garnark's chapters because, again, we're going to be skipping it a lot.
I got stuck on a random thing. Yeah, you're not gonna see much of Gonark, that was it. No more Gonark for you.
I mean, why should we waste our time? So here's a skip where he just jumps over the crystals, like that.
And one
So
more
you skip
skip when I
having to,
rocket
like-
jump upwards.
Yeah, that skip's having to explode the crystals. We don't need to anyways.
This blows up this crystal, which acts as a bridge. Now just one more rocket jump.
Yeah, there's for some reason, Garnark in this particular section, if you touch Garnark, you will receive a lot of damage.
Insta-kill, basically.
Yeah. I don't know why, but if you touch Garnark, it's pretty much done for you. That's why you need to stay away from Garnark as much as possible in this part, or else you get killed.
So that's the main reason for the rocket jump, but it's also very fast, so why not? Anyway, one more save delete, because the health is low, and we're gonna need a lot of health in this section, actually.
Are you gonna do the infinite armor glitch or not?
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, in this map, you can do something called an infinite armor glitch, I think. Where you enter one of the crystals that gives you the suit power, and then immediately, and then you exit it. But right before you exit it, you save load, so that the game never sees you exiting it, which, well, keeps on giving you suit energy throughout the level, right until you change the level. So yeah, you can basically have infinite health, almost, not really.
Just shield, but it is kind of useful here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I used 2 Tau cannons to go over the gap, and here we're gonna skip fighting Gonarch again by lining up in a kind of precise spot with this little thing coming out of the goo, placing 2 satchels, doing a standing long jump, and we just go out of the playable space again. Because for some reason, that piece of ceiling there in the cave is just not solid.
I
And
think it's because Gonarch, like the movement of her is really, really inconsistent. Or maybe her hitbox is way too big or something, so that's why they just open up for her.
it turns out that a lot of the large NPCs in the game are just super unwieldy, so they just disable collisions when they need to and put in blip brushes for the NPCs to move in. Go a bit more to the left. That was too much to the left.
I thought you go actually directly under the tunnel.
I line it up a bit to the left, actually. Yeah, against that thing. Good enough. Wait. Yeah, this is a bit awkward. Something's not lined up correctly.
Try going right under the tunnel. Yeah, you have to hit a very small hole. Not really small, but it's under the tunnel in this part of the map.
Yeah, like that.
uh,
And now just hit the level transition trigger from the other side. And now we're in Interloper, which is the damage explosion boosty boom boom land.
So you're gonna save delete a lot and then just jump through the entire, most of the maps, basically.
Yeah, we see a large open map, 3 satchels in hand. What's the best idea we have? Just luck him on the floor. And boom!
Demo man.
Gameplay directly stolen from Team Fortress circa 2010.
It's the poor man's rocket jump.
Oh yeah, the next map is actually my favorite map in the game, I have to say.
Yeah, it's purely movement, but it's also really fun because you get to use the long jump module, which, well, makes you go fast.
Also, the music is very nice. I mean, it's
pretty
just
hype.
it's just a cool section, just casually as well. Really my favorite.
Not too long as well.
Especially
Finish
not
it in
here,
under-
hopefully.
Mm. That's the...
Yeah, we rocket jump over a large clip rush, just right there. And with that, we skip about 80% of the map.
See, it doesn't take too long. It only lasts for like a minute or something. Maybe 2 minutes. But yeah, this map is really quite cool. Yeah, that was a precise hit there. You've gone through that little hole really precisely.
Oh no! Saved.
That's clutch. So coming next is the factory. Well, one of the factories. And guess what we're gonna do? Oh man, you cannot predict what we're gonna do here.
Yeah, entering the Nihiland's factory or his tower through the sewers, I am all intent on leaving this place as quickly as possible.
No one has time for it.
Power 45%. Power 60%.
Fun fact, did you know that these funnels actually enable no clip?
I did not know that. Please tell me more, 283.
Well, if you modify your no clip speed using commands, you can actually just move out of the tunnels while you're flying through it. And if you do like a lot of save loads, like a lot of save load buffers, you can actually just disable the funnels like movement feature. You can stop the funnel from moving you and actually move around in no clip for a short amount of time. It's pretty jank, to be honest.
Coming into this map, you might think that 81 health and 20 shields is enough, but you have no idea. We're gonna do a very big boost here, so we need all the HP we can get.
For reference, we expense all our explosives, kind of.
First, I have to jump on this fan and line up with this thing to boost on this ledge right here. One more Tau Cannon boost. And right now I have no idea where I am in terms of the casual playthrough. Just go through here for the speedrun.
Yeah, I've gone through this so many times in the speedrunning round, I don't even know where we're at. But yeah, this is definitely further into the map. So we're pretty far in, and we're close to the end, kind of. You just need
Place
just one
4.
more explosive boost.
4 trip mines and 1 satchel, and then a standing long jump, and up we go.
We even have 3 health at this point. Like, that's how much you need. We went from 97 health to and 50 armor to 3 HP.
So obviously one more save elite here. A little bit of Tau boosting to exit the jump pads as quickly as possible. And that's enough HP. So here, 3 trip mines and 2 satchels for this part.
If you get enough speed, you can actually fly straight into the end.
Yeah, and a good bounce. I usually
Yeah.
don't go for it because of the bounce. I actually got a good bounce right now. So if I had used one more satchels, I could have made it all the way to the top. But I just used the vents. No issue.
The vents are pretty fast in the first place, so it's better to just go in the vents.
Exactly. It's more consistent.
Yeah.
Power 15%. Power 30%.
So this is probably the most hated map of the entire interloper, because it's just never-ending alien conveyor belts. But we'll skip it by finding this very nice green blob, placing down 3 satchels, and boom over this big clip brush into this very hole, which hosts the level transition trigger.
Again, we're gonna. This is gonna be a common theme around the entirety of the interloper. We're just gonna be jumping over everything. What, did you just take full damage there?
Yeah, if you fall hard enough straight into the level transition trigger, the long jump module actually doesn't have enough time to negate your fall damage, so you just take damage.
Pretty good programming, yes.
3 satchels and fly all the way to the end. That was very PogChamp.
The explosives, the jumps are pretty fun because you get to fly through the air. Except for this map, because this map is a pain.
Yeah, this is not fun, especially if you struggle with it. So I'll hope for the slope gods to be merciful towards me.
I keep on having the feeling that everything that's not fun is found by me because I also found this jump. Yeah, this map is like that one surface tension map, except it's not about a clip, it's about a precise multi-explosive damage boost.
I wanted to shower with my Vortigon, but he ran away because I took his shower too early. Makes me sad.
Bro, I can't believe it. You stole that guy's shower.
Yeah, the reason we take a shower, not just to be very, very nice and clean, but because we need a lot of HP. Now line up with this flower, place 3 trip mines and 3 satchels, and then pray.
Pray to God that the RNG gods are with us. And oh no, it begins.
Oh, I hit the bridge. That was actually very good.
Ooh. Sometimes you can actually go straight to the top of the map if you're lucky enough. But
I've never
yeah,
gotten it, so I just go for this, where you jump on the jump pad and strafe to the left, and you actually dodge all those force fields, which means skipping all those puzzles to disable them.
Yep, they just didn't look at that spot. You could just skip all the 3 shields. And now for the longest map in the game.
Exactly, we're almost at the top of Nihiland's tower, except for one part, and that's the infamous elevated ride. Which is
This ride is
super long.
Yeah, it goes through 10,000, maybe even 20,000 units in the map, in the world. It takes so long, and you basically do nothing for most of it. But at least the music is the best.
Yeah, it's got amazing music. Unfortunately, because I did that rocket jump to skip the first part of the elevator ride, I skipped the music trigger, so we're not gonna have any music for a bit now, but it will come later.
And now we do the best strat in the game, just run around.
These guys are the stormtroopers of the Combine Army.
Or the 9th Army, to be honest.
Well, Nihiland is Combines.
Half-Life lore, man.
Like
These
the
guys are running
40 gun
on
green.
Like this entire map is like a metaphor for Interloper. It's way too long.
The thing is, it's not really fair to call it an auto-scroller, because player input does have some significance here. Save time.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just waiting.
It's almost an auto-scroller.
It's nearly, but not quite enough.
We just need to find a way to do this automatically.
Or to break those vents which give you no clip. That would be amazing.
I
Just
mean,
keep no
I've
clip.
done some tests on it. I've done like what, maybe like close to 100 save loads or something. I got like a few seconds of no clip or with it before being pushed, pulled back.
Anyway, so the shenanigan on this map is you need to break those reactors with crystals, which power up shields, blocking the controllers from dying, and the controllers need to die because they block your progression. And I managed to do that in one cycle, which is very nice.
That was impressive. Now these metal rods do more damage than all of Nyland's attacks, so be careful. They actually take away. If you get hit twice by them, you die.
Do you mean these
Ridiculous.
like red beams?
Yeah, the beams. They are evil.
I actually had no idea they do anything because I never touched them.
I mean, you can do it right now, just to see how much damage you do.
No, thanks. So this is the second section of with the generators, and I'm just gonna say, there's a lot of particle effects here, so the bitrate is gonna tank. So please excuse the lowered quality for the duration of this section.
You basically have to kamikaze dive into these little reactors and just go all out crazy, destroying your crystals. That's the best strat. You can't really do anything else.
Thankfully, there's a mechanic in the interloper levels where there are green crystals which give you infinite ammo for the gluon gun. So at least you have plenty of firepower.
Yeah, gluon is basically the only weapon you're going to use in this end. And since all we have needed, we just kill all 4 of these guys.
And with that, we are done. The elevator is gonna go up to the top of the tower and we'll meet Nyland very
Yep,
shortly.
nothing's gonna block our way anymore. We have a straight shot.
Oh no, what is that? Is that the slowest ambush in video gaming history?
How far did these guys have to go, or how long did these guys have to wait to do this? Like, come on, man. Do your ambush earlier. You're wasting us time.
Anyway, the mechanic is the same, just kill the guys with the glowing head. I also like to shoot the barrels because they give a lot of damage.
Once the elevator stops glowing, you can just continue and move up to the final section of the game.
Fun fact, if you rush towards this door too soon, you will get stuck.
I hate to say this, but one of my PBs died because of this door, so I have PTSD just looking at it. Oh yeah, this is one of the few maps that if you save delete on, you're not gonna get any ammo.
Final boost. In order to get to that teleporter right there.
You might get up to RTA with Mesa.
Oh, really?
I mean, right now it's at like 154 or something? 155?
Oh, wow.
Oh, you overcharged the towel.
I didn't get the final long jump. Otherwise, I would prepare that a slope will give me height, and then I'll just go straight into the teleporter. Anyway, this is the final boss fight. So the last save delete of this game, because we need rockets and satchels. So we'll start by putting satchels into these circle spots. Will be very useful later.
So a little bit about Nyland. Nyland has 2,000 base health, but for every phase of itself gets reset. So yeah.
Start by
Also,
blowing up these crystal generators, which power up his shield. Now I need more rockets, which are right here.
And Nyland has a god mode every time he changes phase. So yeah.
Which
You
you
pretty
please
much have
blow
to
up.
hit the base of the crystals there to kill it. It's pretty consistent. Oh, ooh, that was 4 hits. Well, that took 5 hits.
With those crystals dead, we can now destroy his shield and damage him directly, which we want to do. And take out HP.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Sometimes you can you can just destroy one of the armor shields, armor shards, and then just keep on hitting them.
When he's damaged enough, he will pull out his super crystals, and we just blow them all up at once with the satchels.
And now enter the final phase.
Right now he's transitioning, so there's no point damaging him.
Fun fact, if you see his animation freeze for a moment, that's when you need to hit him. So...
Then the ammo and circle around his shield.
That's his shield.
And now he's dead.
Oh.
So the run will end when I shoot the crystal inside his head. Time.
Oh. Let's get it in. Oh, I'm gonna see. Oh, it is sub to RTA. That's pretty good.
So that was a speedrun of Black Mesa with Zen. Shoutouts to Table, who is the world record holder for this game. Shoutouts to my co-commentator 2838, who made the source split work for this game. And just shoutouts to the entire Discord speedrun community for this game, which is absolutely amazing.
So yeah, if you want any more information, just visit our Discord.
And with that big boom, that's all from me.
Bye.
I absolutely love how chaotic the Nihilith battle is.
Yeah, it's like a bullet hell.
It really feels like a final boss.
It got this one right.
Actually, I keep it running to have the G-Man in the background.
Gordon
share your
Freeman
Discord.
in the flesh. Or rather,
We don't have a
hazard.
useful URL.
I literally made one. I can post it in chat.
All right. So yeah, if you go to there, you can go to the BMS Discord, and we can give you, if you're interested in running in this game, we can give you directions from there.
The border world, Zen, is in our control for the time being. Thanks to you. Quite the
Not to be
nasty
confused
piece of
with the
work
Crowbar
you
Collective
managed
Discord.
over there. I am
That's the
impressed.
devs Discord. We don't go there. We don't.
That's why
They don't
I'm
like us.
here, Mr. Freeman.
Nah. Unfortunately.
I have recommended your services.
I go there and pretend to be a normal user. Doesn't break their game on a regular basis.
You are a mod there. You are a mod there.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he is a mod there.
Team Up goes in there and streams runs in Discord.
Oh, what? I gotta stop. I gotta tell him to stop that because they will see our gifts and fix them.
Deciding what to do.
I mean, he's playing on 0.9. We can't
Just
fix
step
anything
into
in
the
there.
portal, and
Yeah.
I will take that as a yes.
Right. What's the final choice?
Well,
Man, we should have done like a donation incentive on this one.
chance of winning. Rather,
I feel like my mouse sensitivity is much larger in this place. Strange. Anyway, it's Portal for me, so if you don't like it, tough luck.
You can actually get the secret third ending, where you jump out of the tram and unable to choose anything.
It's the Adrian Shepard ending.
Also, I totally understand why you guys as speedrunners hate the elevator ride. That you can't skip it or whatever.
Yeah,
But
it's
for me,
long as hell.
For me as a casual-ish player, I find it to be a massively cathartic just experience, power trip that just makes you feel so good that you are finally at the end.
I actually agree with that. I like that section. Just casually, and because I enjoy it so much, I don't mind it. As in the waiting.
And there's also a good amount of environmental storytelling going on during that elevator ride. You can almost feel the desperation of the controllers trying to stop you.
Yeah, the entire point of the factories are supposed to kind of show you how big his army is. That's according to the devs.
Yeah.
It's a factory. It's a breeding ground for all the grunts, and you get to see them in their boxes. Get to see how they're made,
If you
basically
rip one
from
of the boxes,
goo.
They pop out. Kill you.
They should have really modified the the credits.
The take no laser damage and the take no damage from the gargantuan chase achievements are incredibly difficult because you're not allowed to reload saves.
Oh, what?
Yeah. You have to do it in one shot without reloading saves or quick saves.
At least the fight's really quick.
Dude, I can't do it, man. I've tried so many times. And the laser one is even worse because that laser section is literally like 10 minutes long. 5 minutes long if you're not. 5-10 minutes long. And if you fuck up at the very end, you gotta do the whole thing again for the achievement.
God.
Oh yeah, that's the map we skip with 3 satchels, which is actually not that useful, right? It doesn't narrow it down very much.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, the one with the 3 satchels, not the other one with the 3 satchels, or the other one with 3 satchels, or the one with 2 satchels and 4 trip mines, or the one with 2 satchels and 3 trip mines, or the one with 1 satchel and 4 trip mines.
Oh, one with a RPG damn boost. Not that.
Credits music is so good. Oh yes, donations.
Donations. It better be good.
I'll read from here. ET won't phone home, I guess. Got cut off. Donated 420. I can't believe he skipped that part of QE. That's unacceptable. Hey, I'm not the only one with opinions about cool parts of this game. 2 donations from the Britain for $10 each, and a $30 donation from Anonymous.
Thank the anonymous person for $30 and all the other donators.
Thanks, everyone.